Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something real, not surface level, deep. What does it mean when someone like Angelina Jolie, a global icon, a Hollywood superstar, a humanitarian, considers changing her spiritual path? Does it shock us, inspire us, confuse us? Let's be clear, this isn't about celebrity gossip. This is about human transformation. This is about what it means when someone who seems to have it all, the money, the fame, the power, starts asking, what's missing? Because I'll tell you something I've learned from coaching thousands of people, from billionaires to athletes to everyday warriors. Fulfillment is never external, it's spiritual. So whether Angelina Jolie is accepting Islam or simply seeking deeper meaning, the bigger conversation is this. Are you asking those questions? Are you connected to something greater than yourself? Or are you just checking boxes, playing roles, hoping success will fill the void? Listen to me, religion, belief, faith. It's not about rules, it's not about identity on a form, it's about the alignment between your heart, your values, your creator, whatever name you give that infinite force. Islam, like any true path of faith, calls for something profound. It calls for surrender, not weakness, not submission in the worldly sense, but surrender of ego, surrender of illusion, surrender of the false self we build chasing validation, applause, and control. Now let's bring this back. Why would someone like Angelina Jolie even consider Islam? Maybe it's compassion, maybe it's clarity, maybe, just maybe, it's because Islam at its core is about peace, discipline, purpose, and unity. And maybe she's realizing, like so many of us are, that real power isn't in how many followers you have, but in how well you follow truth. That's not just her journey, that's yours. You don't need to be Angelina Jolie to transform. You don't need cameras flashing or headlines announcing it. What you need is courage to ask, who am I really? What do I believe beyond what I was taught? What am I here for beyond success, beyond applause? Because here's what I know, when you find alignment with your creator, your world changes. You don't react, you respond. You don't chase, you attract. You don't perform, you serve. So maybe the question isn't, is Angelina Jolie accepting Islam? The better question is, are you ready to accept your deeper truth? Because in the end, it's not about religion. It's about transformation. It's not about fame, it's about faith. And it's not about her, it's about you. You want peace, seek purpose. You want meaning, seek alignment. You want love, surrender to something bigger than your ego. And when you do, whether you call it Islam, Christianity, Judaism, or simply faith, you come alive. Control your mind, open your heart, and walk boldly into the truth that was waiting for you all along. Spiritual transformation is not about fame, it's about finding truth. Let's rip the mask off the illusion we've been sold that people who are rich, famous, powerful, people who live in mansions, win awards, show up on magazine covers are fulfilled, that they've made it, that they're somehow above the soul, searching the rest of us are doing. That's a lie, because here's the raw truth. Your bank account doesn't quiet your inner emptiness. Your Instagram followers don't help you sleep at night. And your red carpet moments don't give your life meaning. They distract from it. They entertain, they impress, but they don't fulfill. When someone like Angelina Jolie even brushes close to a shift in spiritual identity, when rumors swirl that she may be exploring Islam, embracing faith, or seeking new alignment, it stirs something in the public not because of religion, but because we see a mirror. We say if someone like her is still seeking, what does that say about me? That is the question, because truth is not owned by fame. Truth is universal. Truth is felt. It's personal. It's sacred. It's not on display. It's discovered in the quiet, in the questions, in the deepest parts of your soul. Some of you reading this, maybe you're still chasing the external world, trying to earn love, trying to make it. And maybe, like so many people I've coached across 100 countries, you've hit a point where none of it is enough. The applause fades, the house feels empty, the success tastes hollow. You don't need to hit rock bottom to wake up. You just need to get honest. You just need to realize that transformation doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in solitude, and when that shift begins, When you start saying, I want more than just success, I want truth, that's when your life begins again. That's when you start living, and for some people, that truth is found in Islam. For others, it's found in different traditions, but the destination isn't the point. The journey is. Are you willing to look within? Are you willing to challenge what you've been taught? Are you willing to be wrong in order to grow? Because that's what spiritual transformation demands. It doesn't care about your resume. It doesn't care about your reputation. It asks only one thing. Are you ready to return to your source? Belief is a personal journey, not a public performance. We live in a world of announcements. Everything's got to be broadcast, shared, tweeted, turned into content, but the deepest beliefs, they're formed in silence, in solitude, in sacred spaces. You can't fake that. You can't brand that. You can't perform your way to peace. You have to surrender your way into it. If Angelina Jolie were to change her faith, to embrace Islam, what would that really mean? Would it be a press release, a public statement, or would it be a quiet morning prayer, whispered in a hotel room after a night of deep reflection? That's where faith is forged, not on stage, but in the stillness of a heart that says, I want more, I want meaning, I want alignment. Some of you are afraid of belief, not because you don't believe in something, but because the beliefs you've been handed don't match the fire inside you. You've been told to follow a path that never felt like home. You've been afraid to ask, what else is out there? You've been afraid to start your own journey, because what will people say? What will your parents say? Your friends, your community. But I'll tell you something that's true in every religion, every tradition, every great philosophy. The truth is between you and your Creator. That's it. It's personal. It's intimate. And it's powerful. Belief is the foundation of identity. And if you haven't claimed your beliefs for yourself, if you're just repeating what you were taught without owning it, without feeling it, then you're living someone else's life. That's not belief. That's programming. Real belief is earned through study, through seeking, through wrestling with the hard questions, through nights of tears and days of doubt. That's what builds spiritual muscle. That's what creates conviction, not noise, but depth, not performance, but purpose. So if someone like Angelina Jolie can ask hard spiritual questions, why can't you? If she can explore Islam or any path of truth, why can't you give yourself permission to do the same? Because the goal isn't to become someone else, it's to finally become yourself. What we seek externally often reflects a void internally. Let's be brutally honest. Why do most people chase fame, wealth, beauty? Why do we post selfies, filter our flaws, obsess over how many people like us? Because we're trying to fill something. That's not a criticism. It's human nature. We all want love. We all want to feel seen. We all want to feel worthy. But when those external things fail to satisfy, when we get the house, the car, the partner, the praise, and we still feel empty, that's when the shift begins. That's when we realize maybe what I'm looking for can't be bought. Maybe it can't be found in more followers. Maybe it's not in more applause. Maybe it's in surrender, in service, in faith. You can be successful by every metric in the world and still feel like a ghost inside your own life. That's not a failure. That's a calling. It means your soul is knocking. It means there's a deeper part of you saying, hey, wake up, it's time. And that wake-up call often looks like a spiritual journey, like considering Islam, or diving into scripture, or reconnecting with prayer. That's not weakness, that's not confusion, that's clarity. It means you've stopped settling for surface answers. It means you're ready to stop pretending everything's okay when deep down you know it's not. Let me tell you something powerful. The moment you stop chasing and start seeking, your life changes, because the external world can give you success, but only the internal world can give you peace. That's what Islam teaches. That's what every great spiritual path teaches. Peace is not out there, it's in here. You just have to go find it. The greatest shift is not in religion, but in identity and connection. Whether or not someone becomes Muslim is not the issue. The deeper issue is what happens when a person starts seeing themselves differently, when they say, I'm not just a body, I'm not just a personality, I'm not just a brand, I'm a soul, I'm a servant, I'm here for something greater. That's the real shift. That's the transformation. It's not changing what box you check on a form, it's changing the frame through which you see the world. It's going from me to we, from ego to essence, from control to surrender. Islam isn't just a label, it's a way of life, a submission to divine will, a daily discipline that says, I bow not to man, not to money, not to status, but to the one who made me. That's not just religion. That's identity, and when someone starts stepping into that, everything changes. How they walk, how they speak, how they give, how they live. This isn't about celebrity, it's about connection, because the truth is, we're all wired for it. We all want to belong. We all want to feel close to something holy. And when someone famous begins that journey, it reminds us that we can too. You don't need to convert to a new religion to experience a new level of self-awareness. You just need to go deeper. Stop living on the surface. Stop defining yourself by what others see. Start asking, who am I when no one is watching? Who am I in the eyes of my Creator? When you answer that, you become powerful not because of ego, but because of alignment. Because when you know who you are and who you serve, nothing can shake you. That's not a religion, that's a revolution of the soul. You don't need to be a celebrity to discover your higher calling. Let's kill this myth once and for all. You don't need a platform to make a difference. You don't need a spotlight to walk in truth. You don't need millions of fans to have meaning. All you need is courage. Courage to listen to your heart, courage to question your past, courage to chase your truth even when it's inconvenient. Angelina Jolie doesn't have a monopoly on spiritual awakening. You don't need to be rich or famous or admired to grow. All you need is to say, I'm ready to rise, I'm ready to heal, I'm ready to follow the path that speaks to my soul, even if nobody claps for it. Maybe for you that means rediscovering prayer. Maybe it means reading the Quran. Maybe it means attending a masjid, a church, a temple, or sitting in silence and letting the divine speak through stillness. Whatever your path, don't wait for permission. Don't wait for a public moment. Your moment is now. The Creator isn't impressed by followers. He's moved by sincerity. He's not watching your Instagram. He's watching your heart. So take that first step. Not for show, not for anyone else, just for you. Because the journey to your higher calling begins the moment you stop performing and start surrendering. Your life doesn't need to look like a movie to be meaningful. It just needs to be authentic, purposeful, aligned, and if that alignment leads you to Islam or anywhere else that speaks peace into your soul, then follow it boldly, follow it humbly, follow it completely. Because in the end, the only question that matters is not, what religion are you? It's, are you living in truth? And that question is for all of us.